So just rock a little bit side to side. Feel yourself root down on your mat and connect. And then as you're ready, just float the eyes closed. Try to let go of your morning. Feel your hips start to relax open. And then draw the belly in and up. So you want to find that lift in the spine. Just lifting you up and softening the shoulders, broadening the chest. Just start inhaling and exhaling nice and easy. Breathe in through your nose. Sigh out of your mouth. Make sure you're not jutting the chin out, right? So you want to just slightly tuck it back, keep your neck in line. Take a big inhale through the nose. Feel the belly expand and exhale. Sigh it out of your mouth. Starting to settle into the space. Keeping your mouth closed, slow your breath down. Let's focus on the slow inhale. Taking in as much air as you can, maybe a little more air at the top. And then slowly exhale out of your nose, feeling the belly contract back towards the spine. So one of the ways you can control your breath is the Ujjayi breath. So it's like when you fog up a mirror, you would go, so trying to do that with your mouth closed, there's a constriction in your throat. You slowly inhale with that throat constriction, making that noise. It's only really a noise you can hear in your head, but it's allowing you to control the breath and slow it down. So just take it at your own pace. Inhale slowly. As you exhale, that ha sound is happening, but with your mouth closed. Maybe just noticing how your breath just naturally opens up a little bit more each time. It goes from forced to easy. Let's do it once more. Inhaling slowly. Filling up the body. And exhaling out of the nose. Once you've let all the air out, big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Once more, big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Float your eyes open. Good, and just place your hands in front. So you're walking them forward and kind of shifting your weight. You can roll over the ankles. Obviously, that's going to be a little hard if you're in half lotus. You have to just crisscross your ankles. So roll forward into your table pose. Start waking the body up a little bit more. Finding your wrists under your shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, lift your chest, lift the tailbone, arch the spine. Getting that stretch into the belly, good. And exhale. Round it out. Push the floor away. Feel your shoulder blades open, good. So you're really getting that tuck and you're feeling the belly button draw in and up. Good. Always taking a big breath in as you lift the chest and tailbone, and then exhale, flatten the feet, push the floor away, round out your spine. Adding any little movements, shifting your weight forward or back, stretching into the side body. So getting a nice spinal massage, stretching into your front body and your back body. Just waking up on this winter morning that actually feels like summer because it's 38 degrees or whatever it was on my way here, which is definitely an improvement from 6 degrees. Good. Feel the maximum height in your thoracic spine when you take your cat pose. Good. And feel the stretch into your neck. Awesome. Finding your neutral spine. As you're ready, look a little bit ahead on your mat. On the inhale, lift and lengthen your right leg, flexing your foot, really driving your heel back. Look at me right now. I have an earring attached to the bottom of my hair. I was like, what is that swinging? Okay, so rotate your pinky toe towards the floor. That's going to help drop your hip good. And then extend your left arm forward, turning your thumb to the ceiling. Good, and then you'll notice that balance start to kick in, right? So you draw it all into the center of the body and reach. Big inhale, keep reaching. Good, and then exhale, lower them down. Resituate yourself. On the inhale, as you're ready, lift and lengthen the left leg, flex the foot, drive the heel back. Rotate pinky toe towards the floor. Draw the belly in. Find your stability here. And then extend the right arm, thumb to the ceiling. Keep driving your heel back so you can stretch into your calf and reach. Big inhale. Keep reaching. Good. Exhale, lower them down. Walk your hands forward, spread your fingers wide. Wrap the shoulders, tuck the toes. As you lift the hips to the sky, you're trying to take pretty deep bend in your legs. And your first downward dog. So you're pushing the floor away with your hands. You're wrapping your shoulders. You're engaging in the belly. And then maybe when you're ready, starting to straighten out more in the left leg as the right leg is bent. So starting to slowly walk or pedal your legs out. Stretching into the hamstrings. Really at your own pace. Stretching into the calves. Good. Keep drawing your belly in. Make sure you feel that even distribution of weight in the upper body and the lower body. Good. And get that external rotation with your shoulders to keep your wrists safe, keep your body safe. Good. Take a big breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Never locking out in the knees, right? Good. And notice how your body feels right now in your first downward dog as you're really opening up through your back, your legs, your shoulders, and your chest so that you can compare it at the end of class and see how the body has responded to the stretching and the strength building. Take one more big inhale. On the exhale, try to settle into your downward dog a little bit more. Drawing your chest back towards your thighs. Keep engaging in the belly. So when we start to get tired, we tend to get a little lazy in the center, right? So bring it back. Take another big inhale. Push the knuckles of the pointer fingers and the thumbs into the mat. Exhale. Good. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, walk in slowly, feet to hands, but try to do that on your tiptoes, coming into your fold. So getting another nice stretch into the legs. Finding that forward fold, safe bend in the knees, grabbing onto your elbows, swaying a little bit from right to left to open up in the low back and the torso. Good. And then when you're ready, release your arms down, tuck your chin to your chest, roll up as slow as can be. Feeling it up your spine. The head's the last thing to come up. Inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Bring your hands into prayer. Soften your shoulders. Close your eyes for a second. Starting to settle in a little bit more. Keep that engagement. Nice, strong spine, good posture. Good. Floating the eyes open as you're ready. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Start to build some heat. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, lift up and lengthen halfway. Drawing your shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up again. Why not? Inhale, lift up. You can leave the arms out to a V and lift into a gentle back bend. Kind of visualizing your body lifting up and over a big exercise ball, right, at the low back so you don't compress. Good. Keep pushing your feet down into the floor as the chest lifts up. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, swan dive, folds. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step into your plank, drive your heels back, draw your belly in, and engage in your glutes. Remembering you can modify your plank on your knees whenever you want. Or work on building the strength. Make sure your shoulders are right over your wrists. If not, just make the adjustments. Good. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe. Take a big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, you can lower down knees, chest, and chin. Or just roll forward slightly on the toes. Keep your elbows pinned. Lower through your chaturanga. Maybe hovering over the ground for a second. Pulling the upper body out and up into any cobra variation. No crunching in the low back. Lower down. Widen the knees. Draw your hips back towards the heels, finding your child's pose, connecting forehead straight down on your mat as you inch your hands forward. Another option is to reach your hands back, grab onto your heels if you wanted to try to shift your stretch a little bit. Good. Carrie, I'm going to give you a little stretch on your back, so take a big inhale. Just wanted to warn you. Good. Exhale. Does that feel okay? Good. Do again. Inhale. And then exhale. Awesome. Good, you guys. Nice and easy. Just shift the weight forward. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips. Find your downward dog. Move at your own pace. Good. Keep drawing your chest back towards the thighs. Good. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands, step or hop to the front. Find your fold. And then just sweep the arms out right in front. Sink back into your heels. Working your chair pose. So as long as you're engaging a ton in the belly, point the tailbone towards the mat, keep your chest lifted, then you have it right. Strengthening your legs. Massaging the abdominal organs. Good. Big breath in. Exhale. Close your eyes for a second. Right? Think about something awesome. Not your legs. Think about anything but your legs. Good. Keep pulling the belly button in and up. Take another breath in. Lean back onto your heels. Lift your toes and then separate them if that's possible for you, and lower them down, starting with the pinkies, working your way in. Try to take the control of the pose into the core, out of the legs. Good. Once the feet reconnect, take another big inhale. And then exhale, just fold, release through. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Find that back bend. Remember, you can support it by placing your hands on your low back. Nice breathing, you guys. Big inhale. And then exhale, swan dive, fold forward again. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your plank. Keep driving the heels back. Good. If you want to try it, you can lift your right leg and point the toes while still driving your left heel back. This is your three-legged plank. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, roll forward slightly on your toes and lower down with as much control as you can, pinning your elbows into the body, finding that hover over the mat, and then pulling yourself through again. Keeping that softness in your elbows as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then pull the belly in, lift the hips to the sky. Downward dog. Right, so sometimes we have a lot of movement in our down dog, and then other times you find stillness. So really what works for you, I find that as I go throughout a class, when I'm taking a class, is I'll find more stillness as I go. Get all the little fidgets and shimmies out. Good. If you want to open up the body a little more and build some strength, you can try pretty challenging strength building move in your down dog. And that would be to take your right hand and reach back to the outside of your left calf and kind of gently draw your body into a twist. Good. As you look up under the left arm, still drawing your heels towards the mat, keeping that left hand secure. Good. Release your right arm. Resituate yourself. Remember, only taking this if it works. This is a really challenging strength building maneuver. Good. Take your left hand, reach back. So it's like kind of putting yourself into a bind in your down dog. Coming into that twist. Good. Looking under the arm. Beautiful, you guys. Release that left arm. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot right in between your hands. And then just start building your pose. So you're really squeezing and activating your inner thighs. You're squaring the hips. Finding all that engagement to really work our legs. And then sweep the arms up in front. Come right up into your high lunge. You can also walk your hands up the thigh. Everyone here in the studio has been practicing for a while, so I know you guys can handle it. Good. Keep drawing your back heel back leg super strong. Softening through your shoulders. Rotate your pinkies towards each other. Good. Let's open into those goddess arms to kind of lift the chest towards the ceiling. Find that nice alignment with your pelvis, though. It's like the bowl holding water, right? You don't want the water to spill out. Engagement in the belly to keep the low back safe. Squeezing your thighs. Good. Lift the arms back up. Inhale. Exhale, float them down. Place your left hand inside of your right foot. Lengthen out the spine. On the inhale, exhale, open with your right arm. Finding that twisting lunge. Using a block here when needed. So here you're squeezing your thighs together to keep your legs in line, but if you wanted to, and you felt open enough, you can always let your foot, you can rotate your right foot out a little, let it roll open. Same with the left to kind of work into the hips a little more. Again, only if that feels good, not forcing something that doesn't, not going past your edge. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, float the right arm down. Place your right hand inside of your foot. Really stabilize the arm against the leg and open up with your left arm. Left chest. So nice open twist. Still, obviously, the whole time working the strength of your legs. Always making sure that your front knee is right over your ankle or behind it. That looks good, Liz. You can rotate your back foot like onto the ball of the foot a little more. Yeah, I know that will make you close up for a second to realign. Yeah. Same with you, Mike. You have your foot down. You want to rotate onto the ball of your foot into a lunge. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, float the left arm down. And let's just kind of sink into a lizard stretch here. So you can lower your back knee if you want. You can inch that right foot out a tad to create that space there. Even point the big toe outward. And maybe you can Lower down a little bit more onto your forearms or block. Even just up here may be plenty of a stretch for your hips, right? Just kind of surrendering to the stretch. Take a big inhale and exhale. Good. One more big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to push onto your hands. Pull the belly in. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Find plank. And when you're in your plank, if you did three-legged plank before, let's do it again, other leg. So you're driving your right heel back. Your left toes are lifted and pointed. Good. Pull the belly in, engage. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, roll forward slightly. Elbows pinned. Control it all the way down. Slow as can be. And then find your back bend. A full up dog lifts the quads off the mat. Belly engage as you lift your hips to the sky, downward dog. So it really is the core strength that makes the transitions smoother, easier. Good. This looks great, Colleen. Just leave your hands where they are. I'm going to give you a little lift. Good. All it does is shift a little more weight into the legs. That looks really good. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, step your left foot forward. Find that runner's lunge first. Really activate your thighs, square your hips, and then sweep the arms up overhead. Good. You can probably notice where your hips are going, right? Really work to get them level and square. And then open up into that goddess variation if it feels good. So this will immediately start to challenge your balance a little bit more. And you want your back leg to be as strong and straight as it can. So sometimes it might not look like it's straight because of the musculature, but you're really lengthening out behind the knee through the calf. Good. And then straighten the arms. Take a big inhale, exhale. Lower your arms down. Place your right hand inside of your left foot or on that block. First inhale, lengthen out your spine, and then exhale, open up with your left arm. Making sure, again, that you lengthen out first. Drawing your back heel back. You can take that top arm and wrap it around your low back if you like. Find that half bind. Remember, you can rotate that left foot outward a little and let your hips kind of settle in to more of an open space. Big inhale. Exhale, release the left arm down. Place that hand inside of your foot or on the block. Stabilize yourself, right? This is going to help your balance. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, open with your right arm, right chest. Good. So going from a closed twist to an open twist. Good. Big inhale. Nice job, you guys. Working our legs a ton. Exhale, float the right arm down. Both hands are inside of the foot, preparing for that lizard stretch. So first you kind of inch that left foot out a little bit to the left side. Rotate the big toe outward. And you can stay right here. You can lower your back knee and foot. Totally up to you. One side might be different, right? This is my tighter side. Some people can lower down onto their elbows here like it's no big thing, and for others, that's a huge deal. So there's our skeleton, right? Our bones, we can't change that. So lots of times what limits us really is our actual skeleton. Good. Take a big inhale, send the breath to wherever the tension is. Exhale. Huge release from the hips. Good. So coming up onto the palms, pull from your belly, step back into plank. Good. And you're in your plank. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Good, let's widen the legs. And inch that left hand forward just a tiny bit to keep your shoulders safe. And then the feet are going to roll open as the right chest and right hand spill open, coming into that staggered legged side plank. So that will help your balance. Remember, you can always modify on the knee, or you can slide that right foot back and stack it on top of the left. Come into your full side plank. Bring it into the core. Draw your belly in, right? Maybe you can lift your top leg, even take a tree leg, right? So as long as your foot's not on your knee, once you find your leg, lift like the string, the imaginary string, pulling your center up. Good. Breathe, inhale. Spill your chest open. Exhale, lower the right arm down. Again, widening the feet to stagger them. Take a break on the knees if you need it. Otherwise, inch the right hand forward a tad, and then roll the feet open to the other side. Side plank Vasisthasana on the left. Push and lift. Let your chest spill open. Good. So you're really strong here, so then you just try to lift a little more. Yeah. Awesome. All in the core. Side body. Good. Big inhale. Lifting leg if you want. You were waiting for me to move out of your way. Sorry. Good. Lift up. Inhale. Nice job. Awesome. Exhale. Float the left arm down. Go through your vinyasa as you're ready. Come into your downward dog. You don't have to take every flow, right? You can take the child's pose when you need to. Awesome, you guys. So again, take a scan already just now into the class in your downward dog, right? How do you feel? Especially if you had a rough week last week, right? Or rough weekend. I know some people were sick and couldn't use your body. So like you just start to sweat out all the yuck and get back to normal, right? Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees deeply. Look towards your hands. Step or hop to the front. Find your folds. Good. Let's lift up halfway. Drawing the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up all the way. Lifting all the way up. Take that back bend. Good. Then draw the hands to prayer. Sink into chair. Shift your weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot. We'll find this little flamingo here. You keep both feet down if you want. Otherwise, you work your legs, work your balance. Draw the knees towards each other. Point those left toes. Keep your chest lifted. Weight is in the right heel. Good. Shift to the left. Put your left foot down. Just try to connect it right away. Good. Nice and controlled. Good. Now lower that right foot. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Lift up. Good. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left, finding your eagle arms, lifting up to open the upper back. We hold so much tension there. If this connection doesn't work for you, right, you can always just connect here and then sink back into your chair. Create that opposition in your Garudasana. Good. Belly in, chest lifted. And then you can sink the weight into the left foot. Maybe crossing that right leg over. So you can cross here. Maybe if you have the flexibility in the foot, you can wrap it around the leg while holding your control and your focus. You're trying to bring everything into the center or the midline of the body. So the knees, the elbows, the belly button, everything's one line while your chest remains lifted and you sink in and just open up. Strengthen your legs, open the back. And the shoulders, good. One more breath in. A lot of focus required. Exhale, release the arms, release the leg, lift up. Good. You can always take another little bend here. Just kind of moving organically, right? The way the body asks you to. And then swing your left arm under the right. First lifting up to open the shoulder blades and release all that tension. Then sink back into the heels. Good. So that right leg is going to bear the weight. Another helpful trick too for the future maybe is to have a block near where your foot could kind of connect to it, that left foot. That will help stabilize your balance and help you work the pose to get a little further with it. Good. Knees, elbows, belly, one line. Nice control, you guys. So the knees start to veer off. Draw them to the center. Get your hips in line. Big inhale. Sink a little further if you can while lifting and opening. Inhale. Exhale, release the leg, release the arms. Good job. Big breath in. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step into your plank. Hold your plank. Good. So here's an opportunity, again, to do a little more with your plank and lower down to your dolphin plank. So you're coming onto your forearms and making sure, good, nice adjustment, Carrie, like drawing the elbows in closer, making sure that your elbows are right under your shoulders, but everything's inside the framework of the body as you really push your hands and flatten them down on the mat. And then maybe you can even walk your feet in to find that dolphin down dog, really releasing the forearms down into the floor so that you can open your shoulders and draw the chest back towards the thighs. This is not an easy pose at all, right? So this is your eventual setup to take your inversion as you continue maybe to walk your feet in and walk them in and walk them in until your hips are stacked directly over your shoulders, right? But first, it's all about finding the control, letting the shoulders open and find the upper body strength. Feel like your hands and forearms are pushing the floor away. You're not sinking down, right? That's the mistake we make. Good. Walk your feet back. Good. Maybe you can roll your feet open and find this forearm side plank variation. Good. And if we're on different sides, that's okay because we're going to do both sides. So you can just wave to your neighbor. Good. Take a big inhale. Exhale, float that right arm down. Hold there. We're almost done. Open up to the other side. Good, you guys. Remember, if you don't like this variation, you could just take your other side plank that you're used to, lower the left arm down, and then try to, with control, push back up onto your hands. Find your plank. Good. Draw your belly in. Lift the hips to the sky. Down dog. So you did crazy core work there with that whole little combination. Good. So now your downward dog should feel more like a rest. Good. On the inhale, lift your right leg high. Find your three-legged dog, which you could also do in table if you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Good. Keep drawing your left heel towards the mat. Right leg nice and strong. That right hip stacks over the left. So as long as you keep your shoulders square here and still open your hips, you're stretching into the side body again. Big inhale. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the nose. Control it, maybe hovering. So if you're hovering, you're finding your body in a plank position, high plank, right? Shoulders over wrists. Plant your foot in between your hands or assist it. Good. Sweep the arms up again. Find your high lunge. Good. Let's swing the right arm under the left. Find eagle. Inhale. And then lengthen out your spine so you start to hinge forward. Engagement in the center. Weight shifts into the right foot. Maybe you can step in a little and find warrior 3 here. Remember, look ahead onto the floor. As you find yourself eventually parallel to the mat, you're trying to drop your left hip down and square off. So it's the core and the leg strength, engaging through your right thigh. Nice job, you guys. You can always modify your arms, right? This is really tough, a tough version of Virabhadrasana 3. Good. Try to step back, take that safe bend in your front leg. Step back, find a lunge, not warrior 1, but a lunge. Good. Release your arms. Inhale, and then exhale, open to your warrior two. So now you're connecting that back foot down. Trying to lift the arch of your left foot. Make sure your front toes point straight forward. Yep, good. Work your right hip open. Engage the thighs. Really active legs here. Working the strength of the legs. Engaging through the triceps. Looking over your right hand. Good. Good. Big inhale. Exhale. Straighten that front leg. Gently tap your back hip back and reach forward. You can even take your left hand to the left hip to kind of guide it back a little as you reach. And you're reaching as far forward as you can until you open up into your triangle, Trikonasana. Good. So ultimately, you're trying to rotate, to get yourself on one plane. Great. Big inhale. Good. As we exhale here, we're rotating that left arm towards the floor, framing your foot maybe with blocks and stepping in a little, finding pyramid, one of my favorite poses. So make sure your back foot isn't directly behind the front foot. It's actually out a little bit to the left to give you that space so you're not on a tightrope. Good. Squeeze your thighs. Try to draw your left hip forward. Take a big inhale as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the leg, stretching deeply into your hamstring. So if it feels super tight in the hamstring, take that little soft bend in your front leg, or you can even narrow your stance and step in a little. It depends on you, your body, right? It's not my body, it's your body. No one knows what it's like to live in my body because no one knows what it's like to be a shrimp like me who has to jump on the kitchen counter to get coffee cups and stuff like that out of my cabinet. Good. Let's take the left hand and either keep it inside of your foot or in front of your foot or outside of your foot. Most challenging, deepest twist, right? Whatever you do, just make sure you inhale and lengthen your spine. Then exhale, open with that right arm. So immediately your balance comes into play as you work this deep twist, revolved triangle. It's no joke. Squeeze your thighs. Really activate that right thigh muscle. Awesome, Sarah. Nice. Level hips. Good. Big inhale. Blocks are your friend. Good. Exhale, float the right arm down. Good. And then let's walk the hands over to that left foot. Good. Step your back foot in a little bit. Find pyramid facing the back wall. So squeeze your thighs. We'll switch up the sequence a little. Good. Square your hips. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Because sometimes I find I'll do a long sequence and we'll get into this deep twist. And then your body kind of craves twisting immediately to the other side. So instead of putting a big chunk in between, we'll just twist it both out. Good. Let's lengthen out once more. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the leg. Nice square level hips, as level as you can get them. Good. And then preparing for that twist. So remember, you can keep it a little simpler. Even just the hand inside is such a deep twist, such crazy balance work. Lengthen out, and then exhale, open with that left arm. Yeah, and you can take your left hand too and even reach back to the low back to see if your hips are level as you squeeze your thighs. Open up. Draw the belly in. Lift. Inhale. Exhale. Float the left arm down. Good. And then let's sweep or reach the arms out in front. Nice and long. Good. And then we're just rotating the toes all the way back forward. Stepping in with that left foot. Good. Hands come to prayer. Sink into your heels. Take a big inhale. Exhale, find that nice chair. Good. Take your hands behind to clasp, draw them down, lift and open your chest as your shoulders open. Good. If the clasp doesn't work for you, right, you can just not do the clasp, right? Just keep your hands in prayer. Good. Keep the chest lifted. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, fold, surrender, release through the hamstrings as you stretch into your shoulders. The more open you get, the more space you're going to get between the sacrum, the low back, and the hands. Just let go. Good. Release your hands down towards the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step or jump, hop right back into your plank chaturanga if it feels okay for you. The jump back. All right, there's an art to the jump back. Good. Find your back bends. Come into your downward dog. And then bring your feet together to touch. On the inhale, lift your left leg. Remember, you're getting hips open, shoulders square. You're drawing your right heel towards the mat. Right? If you have some tightness throughout the leg, it's going to be tricky. Most people can't ever really get their heel all the way down, right? Good. Big inhale. Exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose. Find that hover, especially if you did it on the other side. You got to even it out. Good. Core control. Good. Find more of a plank position, shoulders over wrists. Place your foot in between your hands. Sweep the arms up. Find your high lunge. Good. Take a big inhale. Exhale, swing left arm under right. Find that eagle. So feel the opening first, right? And then draw the belly in. Squeeze the thighs. Get that nice control. If you want to introduce the balance, you can take it in phases. Lengthen out your back. Pull the belly in. And then lift. Maybe even just slide the back foot in smoothly. Some like to slide the foot. Some like to step. Once you get there, this might be so overwhelming that you feel the need to open your arms, right, to help your balance. And that's fine. But you're creating all that opposition in this balancing move. Good. Take a big breath in. Whenever you go to release from the pose, the dismount, right, it's important to keep that little bend in the front leg. Find the high lunge, release your arms, take a big inhale. And then exhale, open to your warrior two. Make sure you're lifting the arch of your right foot and you're rooting your back foot down as much as you can. Yep. Draw your left hip open a little bit more. Point the tailbone towards the mat. Relax out of your neck. And then gently straighten that front leg. Don't lock it out. Pop your back hip just a tad. Come into your triangle. So pull your belly in as you get as long as you can. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, Sarah. Because you know what you're doing. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, hold, reach. Good. Good. Big inhale. Let's exhale back to our warrior two. Remember, because we did our pyramid already. Good. Straighten your front leg. Let's rotate the left toes. We're going to heel toe in a little bit. We're going to find malasana, so a low, deep yogic squat, trying to keep your feet flat as you lower. So you have to kind of find your way with this as we really open our hips. And you're connecting the palms and trying to use your arms to help open the legs a little more. So another trick is, if it's intense here, to flatten the feet, you can scoot a couple of blocks kind of under your seat to help relieve the hips. But working the hips open a little bit more. Good. As you stay lifted, draw the belly in. Yeah, and that's the thing too. If you're more internally rotated in your hips, does that feel okay for you, Liz? That feels way better with the blocks, right? And you feel your hips really working open. Good. That's awesome. So just take a big inhale here. Exhale. You can even close your eyes for a second. Good. And so I usually will practice a little Bakasana or crow from here. So just an option. You would place your hands down and then scoot the feet in a little bit. Draw your elbows in, right? So everything's coming inside the framework of the body. The shoulders, the hands, elbows drawing in because we don't want to cheat. And then you kind of get this lift where your knees are going to either go onto behind the elbows or maybe the triceps or maybe the armpits. But the goal here is to find the catch between the upper body and the lower body. And it's all in your core stability. So you maybe can lift a leg and eventually maybe lift two. But the idea is to draw everything inside the body, not muscling it up. And as you push the floor away with your hands, you're getting, again, that opening in your upper back like you do in cat. Or when you take your eagle. Yeah. So if you're starting to get the lift and you're newer to the lift, yeah, then you're trying to work your elbows inward. Awesome, you guys. And we're all in different places, so just going where it works for you. Good. Awesome job, you guys. So wherever we are now, we're going to just do our best to get our hands down. Straighten the legs. Heel toe them together. And let's just roll up slow. So we're all facing the side wall. Good. Nice and easy. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, lower them back and down. Good. Face towards the front. Shift the weight into your left leg. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Begin to open the hip. Preparing for tree. Maybe you can lift the foot to the low leg or the inner thigh. You don't even have to lift at all, right? You can just leave the toe down and work the balance that way. As long as you're keeping your hips level and the core engaged. Good. Find that nice control. Strong mountain pose just from the connection of the one leg. Good. Taking your arms wherever you want. So maybe you want to add your branches and let them wave a little bit. Good. Then bringing your hands back to prayer. Let's rotate the hip closed. Try to lift the leg. And then just hinge forward into warrior 3. Balance work, core work, leg work, strength work, and inner balance, right? Inner strength. Good. Awesome. Trying to then bring the knee back in and up towards the chest. So we have some different legs working, and that's fine. Just make sure you get both sides. Good. Lower it down. Shake it out. Let's do the other side. Before I go take my class too long. Take the weight into your right foot. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Open the hip. And then lift up to your level of control. Never put your foot and push it against the knee, right? It's got to be above or below. Find your arms. You can even try to challenge yourself by closing the eyes for a second. Which I like to do. It used to be a lot harder. It gets easier. Good. And then if they're closed, open them up. Bring your hands to prayer. Then gently begin to rotate the hip closed. Remember, work your center here. Keep those right toes if that's the foot you're standing on. We're all different, but make sure your toes are pointing forward as you hinge. Dropping that left hip down, lengthening out. Crown of the head reaches. Good, and then pull the leg back in. Try to control it. Lift it all the way up. Lower down. Good job, you guys. Shake it out. Shake it out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. In your fold, if you want to intensify it a little more, you can take your right arm outside of the right leg and then bring it in between the legs and grab onto the front of your left shin, and do the same with your left arm. Bring it around the outside, cross it through, and grab on. So you might not be able to fully straighten here, but you can bring the stretch throughout the depth of the legs and allow a nice stretch into the back as your head and neck hang heavy. Good. If you don't like this at all, just work your fold, rest your hands down. Good. Let's release the hands down to the mat. Step back into your table. And take a couple cat-cows. Notice how your body's changed, right? A lot of opening in the upper back, too, we did. I don't necessarily theme my classes. It's more I try to get the whole body involved equally so you never feel like you got gypped of anything, right? Good. And then gently, actually the best way we can get into this is just to crisscross ankles. No, let's not do that. Let's just walk our hands back to the knees because we're not going to have time for that. Shift the legs around, lower all the way down onto your backs until the low back connects, drawing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Good. Feel the connection there. Giving the low back a little bit of a massage. Let's open the arms wide to a T, palms down. Gently shimmy the hips to the left so that your spine is nice and aligned, and then let your knees fall to the right. When you do that, your gaze falls gently over your left shoulder. You're trying to make sure you still have that connection with the left shoulder. Just unwinding in your reclined spinal twist. Good. I'll give you a little stretch. Meredith's ready. Inhale. And exhale. Feel okay? Good. Good. You're welcome. Draw the belly in. Bring the knees through center. Gently shimmy your hips to the right. Let your knees fall to the left. Gaze falls over the shoulder. So if you have, a lack of flexibility in a certain part of the spine, or if maybe you have a little curvature that's off or scoliosis or anything like that, then you can't get maybe fully into this position. So there's something lifting up, maybe the shoulder. You can always assist the legs with your left hand, or you can lower your knees a little bit so they're not on top of the waist. They're a little lower. Good. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Pulling from the belly, gently drawing the knees through center. Good. Bring them into the chest again. Give yourself another hug. Take your happy baby stretch, which will feel good on your hips. Trying to pin the low back and tailbone down towards the mat. And you could always just grab behind your thighs, right? It doesn't have to be so extreme. Some days that feels good, other days it doesn't. Good. And then let's release the legs long on the mat, arms long overhead. Take a big inhale. And then just take that full body stretch. You want to reach, get as long as you can, a pencil stretch. Engage all the muscles in the body. Squeeze everything, like that good morning stretch that we probably forget to do most of the time because we rush out of bed. Good. And then exhale. Start to release all the muscles. Preparing for your Shavasana. Maybe you want something to keep you warm, a sweater, sweatshirt. Just roll the shoulders under the body a little bit more. Let your feet flop open. Excuse me. Open the palms to the ceiling. And then once you've kind of found your way, your place that allows you to release all the tension, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, just let your body melt down into the floor. There's really nothing you have to do other than find stillness in your body and your mind, which for some is the hardest pose, the hardest thing to do. And we come to class or take class maybe with different expectations, right? Or different priorities, right? Maybe for the workout, maybe for the stress relief. Just making sure that you get what you need out of it. Letting your jaw and your eyes relax, right? We hold so much tension in our face because we're always thinking too much, maybe worrying too much. Trying not to let anything distract you. As you start to bring your awareness back into the room, noticing just you, your body, your mind on your mat. It's all about you, just for a little while during the day. I'll just read a little something one of my friends posted that I thought you would like. Forgive yourself. Express yourself, value yourself, believe in yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, bless yourself, trust yourself. Just bringing your subtle movements back. Maybe the thoughts start to flood your mind, right? But just trying to have some control over them. Having a sense of clarity about where you are, where you're headed. Wiggling your fingers and toes, bringing your body back to life. Gently, at your own pace, drawing your knees in and rolling to your right side. Resting your head on your arm, or sometimes I say rest your arm on your head because I mix them up. Just finding that little transition point so that you can eventually bring yourself up to seated once more. If in the beginning of class you took half lotus and maybe forgot to switch legs like I did, maybe take the opposite leg now. Or you can connect the soles of your feet and slide them out a little bit to help your hips relax. You can also place blocks under your knees. And then we'll draw the hands to heart center. Just feel that imaginary lift from the crown of the head. Just connecting you down. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. Letting go of maybe some of the stuff you carried in here when you arrived. Big inhale. Exhale it out. And once more, big breath in. Exhale it out. Thanks, you guys, ladies, and Mike. Namaste. Thank you.